Every time you level up, somebody shows up with a plate, but it ain't always food. It's distraction dressed as niceness. Stay focused. There are times in your life when you must fast. And fasting doesn't always mean abstaining from physical food. It could be whatever it is that you need to let go of to get you to the next level. You're on a mission, you're on a journey. When you have vision, you need to be focused, right? But sometimes there's something in you that needs to be flushed out. It needs to go. It needs to break because what you experienced in the way that you needed to survive in Egypt and walking through the wilderness, because everybody has their wilderness part, right? And this is where many people mess up in the wilderness. The root word of wilderness is wild. Okay. And when they was out there, baby, they was real wild. Ooh, they was so wild. They was doing all kinds of stuff. But what would have been a 40-day journey? You know what 40 days is? 40 days or 40 nights. That is a month and 10 days. A month and 10 days. But because they could not stay focused, and they were so focused on what was going on in the past, back in Egypt, when they were crying out under heavy bondage and their children were being sacrificed and everything. Now they're away from it and their mind is back in, oh, when we was back there in Egypt, at least we had this kind of food. We had all the kind of food that we could eat. We had this and we had that. But they were struggling. They was crying out. What happened between? So it was something that needed to be broken in them. And what would have been a journey that lasted 1 month and 10 days turned out to be 40 years. I'd take you 40 years to get somewhere where it would have just taken you a month and 10 days. Listen. So the example was Joshua. 40 days and 40 nights he was fasting. And you know what happened? Who came to him? The serpent, the adversary, just like he did back there with the children of Israel, and tried to offer him everything. Are you hungry? Why don't you turn this into food? Oh, so you the son or the child of the Most High? Well, why don't you do this? Because you know the angels should have charge over you. Jump off of here, like break a law, defy the law of gravity, because the angels got you. Lest you dash your foot up against a stone. But he would have been breaking the law of gravity. Oh, so you're not going to break natural laws. Okay, well, how about I could give you the world? I got all these kingdoms. And if you just bow down, like bow out of this fasting right now, stop the fasting, partake, eat the food, break the laws, natural laws of the universe, like do all of that so that you can have this, all of the cares of the world, all of the riches and glamour and whatever. But just bow your mind and worship me, serve me. What he say? uh you can kick rocks. No, get behind me. As a matter of fact, look what's behind you. I don't know about you, but I remember being detoxed from parasites when I was a little girl, and I had to fast. I didn't know what was going on. I had no clue. I remember being in the hospital. I remember staying there for a while. I remember coming home and I remember not being able to eat the same things that everybody else was eating. My mama frying chicken and everything, but me, I had to drink water, tea, vegetable broth, and and a banana. That was all I could eat. I'm like, this woman not like me? Like, what's going on? Why can't I eat everything everybody else eating? But I tell you what, them parasites came out. Where did they come out? Behind. Get behind me, Satan. Right? What if I would have been given the same food that everybody else was eating while I needed to break what was going on with those parasites? I was a child. I don't know, maybe 5, 6, something like that. But yeah, what was going on with those parasites? Those parasites needed to be starved out. What needs to be starved out in you? Where is it that you're trying to go? What's your purpose? What is holding you back from it? You need to starve it out, and you also need to be mindful of who is coming to feed you whatever while you are abstaining. It's only for a short period of time if you allow it to be. If you don't allow it to be, might take you 40 years. I don't know. But you be the judge of that. So be mindful about who's feeding you when you should be fasting. It's up to you.